Flyers lose this one in overtime. Welcome into Postgame Live, presented by Curado Insurance. Al Morganti, Scott Hartnell, Ashlyn Sullivan here with you. Overtime has definitely become a theme here for the Flyers. 6 overtime games and 15 games so far this season. Unfortunately, this one did not turn out in the Flyers' favor. And guys, when I think about this game, we heard Travis Konecny say it in the game broadcast, where you have to figure out this theme of starting so slow, so early. I think this finally caught up to them in this sense.
Yeah, more coffee, more Red Bull, maybe change up your pregame routine just to get your legs going, your mind thinking. It's tough to watch that first period. Not many shots, turnovers, slow legs, standing around watching, and you spot any team in this league 2 goals, Al, you're going to be at the short end of the stick every time.
Yeah, it's good. Overtime, but then there's start on time, and that really did hurt them coming into this game, not starting on time in this game. But there was a lot to like about it. We mentioned Michkov, Ersson after that start, and I don't know, shutting a team down to 2 shots and forever.
35 minutes about that, yeah.
That's pretty impressive to be able to come at a team like that.
Right, and especially when you look at this becoming a theme. Let's go ahead and show you how Ottawa won this game. I think there's some confusion, or I'm curious here, Scott, when we take a look at these goals, how Ottawa started this off.
Yeah, this is the first goal here. Stutzle's first one here. Good forecheck by them. Bobby Brink trying to whack that thing out. Doesn't get the puck at all over to Stutzle. He goes off the chin music there, off the helmet, off the post and in the net, and pretty good shot there. Good forecheck by them, but you just want to eat that puck if you're Bobby Brink.
Yeah, right, to take it. That was a good move there, and then to get the goaltender coming across, doesn't get all the way across, and I don't know, you can plan that to go off the noggin and the post and get the goal, but they put pressure on throughout and took that lead, and then you're starting to worry about it, and that wasn't bad enough. It got doubled up in the first period.
Yeah, and this is another kind of a weird one here. Flyers, look, everyone's back 5 guys. Everyone's kind of puck watching. Owen Tippett doesn't go to the guy who's the most dangerous guy, who has the puck, goes to the backhand, a great shot, but the Flyers just kind of standing around watching.
Yeah, you don't want to see this on video the next day. You got a team there that's just coming back in. Actually, a man come in late, and you still have all sorts of room in that zone there. Zegras, and it looks like Tippett maybe got a bit confused on the plan, who's got what coverage, but Tippett's got to get back quicker in that play.
Yeah, he's potted there for him, right down the middle there in the backhand in, and a little frustrating start. That's what I was talking about, guys, just standing around watching. Stick's not on the ice. You got to get the stick on puck. You got to close fast, take the body, and that clip in particular was some poor defense by the Flyers.
And then the alarm clock went off, and it was pretty good after that.
Yeah,
right,
no doubt.
Which has been the theme of this year, and it's great when they have these comeback wins, and it's exciting, and we talk all postgame about how there's fight in this team and there's a will to win, but at some point that runs out. I'm frankly really curious Rick Tocchet's comments on this, because it looks like his team a lot of times isn't ready to play in the first period, and I don't know how you fix that.
Well, I don't know how you fix it either, because you have to stress it coming in. And it almost works against you when you continue to come back like that. It's like, but really good teams, I think, Ashlyn, I think if you're on a team that's elite, you can say, okay, we can just deal with this. But the Flyers aren't at that level. I mean, and I know shootouts have been great. I was kind of hoping it went to the shootout there. But you're not an elite team. We can just count on that. Okay, we'll let them, spot them a goal and then just roar back here.
Yeah, and it starts from that first shift, right? When they're starting Cates, when Forster's in the lineup, Bobby Brink, it was always a good first shift. You knew what you were going to get from those guys. And right now, it just seems like a little bit of sluggish of a first shift, goes to the next one. It's just kind of contagious that way, and kind of a snowball effect in the wrong way. But, you got to take a hit. You got to give a hit to kind of get yourself emotionally involved in these games. And right now, the first, for whatever reason, it's just not there in that first period.
You always worry about an afternoon game, different kind of time. You're almost in a different time zone, it feels like, when you're in it. Plus, I thought because they went to Ersson in goal, I thought they'd be tighter in that first period with a guy coming back in net after being injured.
Right, and you mentioned getting to a shootout. That was definitely the hope, because Ersson has been so great this season in that. But let's show you how Ottawa won this game in overtime. And you look at the situation here with Trevor Zegras. Scott, explain it in your eyes how you would like to see this be done differently.
Well, he's tired. He's been out there for probably a good minute. A great back check right before that. Puck goes out. He just kind of loses the 2 Ottawa Senators guys change, right? So now they're behind him. You can see here the 2 guys are going to change, and Zegras is going to, should I go change myself? Should I not? No, I got to stay on the ice, protect the defensive part of the game. But right there, he's lost, and then he points over at Stutzle driving the back door. He's got no legs to get a stick in that passing lane, and hey, Ashlyn, you would have scored that one right there.
there's nobody going to go get him because you pointed at him.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what happens. And in the overtime with where the benches are, that's a tough change on a 3-on-3.
Yeah, no doubt. And, Sanheim, he did see Zegras' point, so he's like, okay, I got that guy. I got to move closer to Batherson, trying to take that middle ice. Didn't go down, didn't slide to take away that passing lane. But, just those little, Bush said it best, one little mistake in overtime, 3-on-3, lots of ice, and that came back to haunt the Flyers.
Yeah, have a team you didn't get a shot for like an hour and a half, it seems like, and get that shot there and end up getting a win.
Yeah, especially, you can look at the one positive that the Flyers started out this game so slow in the first period, so to squeak out a point in this game is a positive, but to have a huge mistake like that, especially when Rick Tocchet, he is so particular about line changes and little mistakes like that and attention to detail that something like that's going to drive them nuts.
Well, it happens when you're tired, right? When I took a stupid penalty or whatever, it's when you're out there for 45, 50 seconds and your brain shuts off, right? And any other time in the game, Zegras has been really good defensively, Al. He's been closing fast and hard on pucks.
He had just made a great defensive play before that.
So it just kind of ran out of steam. You lose, it's just about a foot of ice that he could have got back if he stayed back a little bit more. So it is what it is. They got a point. You take the positives out of it and live to fight another day.
Yeah, and then Zegras, you could actually tell almost what do we do here? It's like 6 of one, half dozen of another. Are you going to make that change in time even? That's a pretty tough call right there on the ice on that 3-on-3.
Right, and you take a second to think about it, and now you're behind the play, and it's too late, that's for sure. And how about Sam Ersson? When you look at the way that he started this game, you're thinking, all right, is he healthy? Is he ready to play? You definitely had questions about it in the first period. Then he really settles in, looks much more comfortable. Where are we at right now with Sam Ersson now?
Well, I wasn't early. We weren't anywhere. When in first period, there was like, whoa, getting across or whatever. But I think it's hard to tell, Ashton, because there were so few shots. He was ready when they had the few. One was not a shot on net, but he went up high to get it. So I think it was important to get this game, even to the overtime, just for his confidence level.
Yeah, it is weird, right? Not weird. It's a great thing that they're shutting these other teams down. There's been a lot of low total shots, for the Flyers and against the Flyers. These last few games anyway. So, Flyers are doing a good job of getting pucks in lanes. They're blocking shots. They're doing like they did last year. And, for Ersson, the save percentage doesn't look too good, Al, because there's, 14 shots, 3 goals, right? So that hurts his stats looking at that. But, he kept them in there when he needed them.
And for him to get, you saw that Zetterlund thing to get the pads like that. I just worry about a goaltender that has lower body problems with groin pull or whatever, to be able to get through a game. That's when you really start to feel a bit more confident.
Go to Dealers, Jamie Drysdale. What a goal from here to tie this game up for the Flyers, forcing overtime. Al, this is something you want to see more of from Jamie Drysdale.
Oh, absolutely. Get in there, and it was mentioned during the broadcast, Tocchet wants him to get into that zone a little bit more. He's defenseman, man, he sees that eyes get wide because he's going to get it. And, goaltender tries to use his pads to make an incredible save, but Drysdale shot just too hard.
Yeah, almost an athletic move there by Allmark to try and save that one. But look, I love how he just stays around that net, right? The hard ice, we've been talking about it, harping on him here the last little bit. But a good shot there by Zegras, getting that thing through and then just staying around the net. You never know where the puck bounces in so many crazy ways all over the ice, offensively, defensively, and he got rewarded for that one.
Yeah, so Jamie Drysdale showing up in a big moment in this game, but also Matvei Michkov. This is probably the best game we've seen him play all season long, even looking kind of like the sensation he was in his rookie season, those flashes. We're going to break down a couple of his plays here in this game, but what stood out, Al?
Well, the 200-foot, you hear about 200-foot players, and you want Michkov to be that kind of a player to get things on both ends of the ice. We've shown you mistakes in the past couple of games. I like this action because it starts going the other way, going down in the zone to go against the boards and keep control of the puck as he goes down. And then, okay, I'm going to get the offense started. So he goes in that end, and I'm going to let you take it, Scott, in the offensive zone where you love to be.
And I love how he took the puck back. It was the end of a 4-on-4. Now they got the puck, controlled entry into that zone. TK getting it up top. There's Michkov. He's going to sniff this puck out behind the net. And this is an unbelievable move here. Right there. He kind of, little speed burst, uses his momentum to kind of shoot him up here. And I love how he comes up around the top of the circle, takes that seam right there, goes to the net, one stick handle and fires that puck. I don't think the goalie saw it right off his stick, which is great. And goes top shelf, and just a really cool move there right there, Al.
That's a tough move to make, too. And then strong on the skates coming in. And that's what you wanted to see. We heard about it, had to get in condition after the ankle injury, whatever he had this summer, to go from zone to zone to zone and then come in and make those really hard plays late in a shift. That is impressive.
Yeah, you don't know how talented that is to stick handle when guys are whacking your stick. If the puck is on your blade of your stick, you get slashed, the puck's gone, right? He does a good job of kind of controlling that and then fires that biscuit home. That was a great goal.
It was. Great play from Matvei Michkov in this overtime loss here for the Flyers. Let's now go back downstairs and hear from Matvei Michkov in the Flyers locker room.
Matvei, I know you talk a lot about the team, but how did you feel about your game tonight and getting that goal tonight?
Да, я всегда хорошо себя чувствую, с каждой игрой чувствую себя лучше и лучше.
Every game he feel better and better.
Тяжелый старт выдался, да?
Hard start of the game.
Но с каждой игрой через тяжелую работу перерабатываем это все.
With every game, hard work, it's all gonna come to us.
Слава мне помогает в этом.
Slava help me.
How do you feel physically compared to the start of the season?
Физически как себя чувствуешь по отношению к началу сезона?
Честно, первый раз в жизни я отдыхал 4 месяца.
Truly, first time I was rested for the 4 months.
Без хоккея.
No hockey.
Тренировки это все равно не то.
Training is not the same.
Поэтому где-то в начале сезона потерял какую-то концентрацию.
In the beginning of the season, lost concentration.
Но с каждой игрой все лучше и лучше себя чувствую.
With every game, feeling better and better.
This is already the 5th time the Flyers come back in a game where you trail going into the 3rd period, got at least a point or two. How much of that is belief that you're never out of the game?
Это 5-й раз, когда Flyers проигрывают и возвращаются в третьем периоде, проигрывая, возвращаются. Насколько это помогает? Can you repeat the last one? That was a long one.
No, I said how much of it is belief that you guys are never out of the game?
Насколько это помогает то, что
Давай отвечу.
Никогда не вываливаешься из игры.
Слава богу, хорошо, что отыгрались.
It's good we came back.
Сегодня взяли 1 очко.
Still get 1 point.
Поэтому следующие игры просто нужно выигрывать, и все будет хорошо.
Next game we have to win, and that would be even better.
Каждое очко дается тяжело, поэтому хорошо, что сегодня отыгрались.
Every point come not easy, and it's good we came back.
Matvei, what do you think the team did differently in the second half of the game as opposed to the first? The second half, you guys seemed like you were all over them.
Вторую часть игры команда полностью доминировала. Что ты думаешь по этому поводу?
У нас хорошая команда.
We have a good team.
То, что мы выглядели хорошо, поэтому мы и отыгрались.
We was looking good, and that's why they come back.
Команда физически хорошо готова.
Physically, team is really good, ready.
Овертайм такая игра, что кто первый забил, тот и выиграл, поэтому.
In overtime, who first scored, that who the win.
Если бы дальше продолжался овертайм, я думаю, мы бы отыгрались снова.
If the overtime will continue, we will come back again.
We're back with our GMC Performance Player of the Game, Tim Stützle. A couple goals here from him, and we mentioned in pregame this is the guy you got to pay attention to, and rightfully so, Al.
Yeah, he gets a couple of goals. I think they had 2 shots. And they managed to make him count. But he's been he is a star player. And no matter how few shots you get, if a couple of them by him, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, you never know, with those for early on picks in the NHL draft are going to kind of pan out. But look, this guy's got the speed, he's got the vision, he's got the shot, he's got the smarts. Right, going back door like that, an easy tap-in goal for the winner. So, he is one of those guys that kind of electrifies you, I guess, a little bit, right?
Yeah, and if you're Zegras and you're pointing at somebody, and go, oh no, it's not him, it's him.
Yeah, you're not going to catch that guy.
It's him.
The Flyers lose this one in overtime, and we mentioned it. Travis Konecny as well, an assist on Matvei Michkov's goal, tying his point streak for 7 straight games. Let's now go back to the Flyers locker room and hear from TK.
Belief is in the room that you guys are never out of the game if you're trailing.
Yeah, that's definitely key, is to have the belief. But I think we'd rather fix the issue of going behind and having to come back, because you see how we play once we get into it, and then if we can hold them to 1 at the start of the game there and not be so flat, then we probably come out with a win.
Travis, what do you think goes into that slow start today, just giving up the 2 early ones?
Not sure. We'll have to go back and look. We had a few games now where we've done it, so we'll have to squash that.
On Michkov's goal, it seems like he makes a great play, fends off a guy. What did you see on that goal? I know you were on the ice with an assist.
Yeah, it's a good goal.
Yeah,
great goal. Another great play by Z and Devo's line there too on Jamie's goal. Both good goals.
Noah Juulsen's a guy who doesn't get a lot of media recognition, but how big was he, particularly today, setting a physical tone? And
he does, yeah, which is frustrating because guys like that, they do that every night, and they play physical, they get the guys engaged, and it just stood out tonight. And fantastic teammate and guy that is a key to us winning games.
Travis, apologies if this was already asked, but the way this game played out, the first half of the game you guys aren't doing much, and then the second half is pretty much all you guys. I guess what changed in terms of what you were doing out there?
Just got back to playing the way we were supposed to. We came up flat, and I talked about it before. It's just something we can't continue to do. We've been doing it a little too much.
Travis, Matvei just said that he felt like a weight was lifted off of him with the goal in Nashville. Did you feel like he looks like he's a more confident guy, particularly maybe tonight?
Yeah, he had some good looks tonight. Obviously, a guy like him, you want him to get going offensively. When you struggle, we've all been there. It's a tough feeling. So, he looks a little better tonight.
It's time for our Granite Run Buick GMC play of the game. Matvei Michkov scoring this goal here. Assist Christian Dvorak and Travis Konecny, but Matvei Michkov handling this all, Scott.
Yeah, just a smart move going to the net, right? Talking about the hard areas of the ice to get to, and then this is a nice hard play right there on the puck, using his wheels, crossing over, finding that seam, and a bullet of a shot.
Yeah, absolutely what we were expecting to see from Michkov this year, and I think you're starting to feel like he's in real good shape now to come in. That's a good physical play to get this thing started.
Yeah, it was kind of a, where was Michkov in the first, 10 games or so, and he has been looking better and better. He's passing better, making these strong plays, not to give away, maybe a couple giveaways here and there, but when he's doing that stuff like that, you got to be happy for him.
Yes, you do. And now let's go downstairs to hear from Rick Tocchet as the Flyers lose this one in overtime.
You don't want to trace a game or whatever, but it's already, I think, the fifth game where you guys trailed after two. We've come away with a win or a point. So, I guess what does that say about the resilience and the ability to get to your game at some point?
Yeah, really got to be happy for the guys that they're not giving up, right? In our starts, the Nashville start, this start, I got to do a better job of getting the team ready. Because we're chasing after that. We obviously didn't like our first, and then after that, it's a good hockey team. Was it 3 shots the last 2 periods? That's hard to do against anybody. Ottawa's a good team.
On the game-winning goal, Zegers looks like he's asking for a change, and then he gets trapped. I guess from your perspective, what happened there?
Well, he's got to, but then come to the bench hard. He was kind of waving, like he wanted to come off, but he wasn't. You got to be decisive. Like he wasn't saying, I'm not going to. It was a tough play, but you either got to come hard or you got to stay on. And then obviously the 2-on-1. Yeah.
How encouraged were you by Matvei's play?
Yeah, I thought he was probably his best he's skated this year. I feel actually I'm playing the left side to make them play faster. It's making them go forward instead of when you're offside. Sometimes you always take the puck back. I think he's playing forward, and he looks faster. That's what I think.
He said that goal in Nashville was a real weight off of his shoulders. Yeah. Do you sense that now maybe might be the time he can turn it on and start really kind of maybe taking off again?
I think any high level guys that are goal scorers or point guys, when you can get that something on the score sheet. I remember Adam Oates used to tell me all the time, like as a high skill guy, you go 3-4 games without a point. Even a cheap second assist, it ignites you. Like so maybe this does. But yeah, it's a couple of games here where he's starting to find his legs.
There's been a lot of talk about the little details that guys do, and on that goal, he creates the contact with Jake Sanderson to create the space.
Yeah.
How impressive is it? Just like he seems more physical this year, and he's not afraid to maybe make that contact.
Yeah, one of the things that our staff since we've been here is stressing body position before the puck. And that was classic, what he just did. A lot of times guys will go to the puck and they get stripped. We're a team that still has to get better at that. What Meach did is something that we're preaching all the time. That was textbook. And then what he does is when we want to attack the interior, not just defer, give it to the point all the time. That's what his puck possession. And then the strong side winger, he goes, what do I do? And then he was worried about the point shot. Then Michkov takes the middle and shoots in the interior. I mean, that's perfect example.